Every family has a choice, follow the herd or carve their own path. This is the Lone Wolf Podcast. Are you ready to stray from the pack?
Welcome to the Lone Wolf Podcast. Hello!
Hello.
Hey.
How you doing?
I think I've been better, if I'm being honest.
How you feeling?
I mean, my leg is bleeding because I just ripped my mosquito bites open.
Yeah.
I'm bleeding on my overalls.
There's a mosquito in our home. I don't know if it's one. I don't know if it's two.
I think it's one of many, if I'm being honest.
I don't know if it's 10.
Based off of my legs, it's one of many.
I just feel like...
Our baby has a mosquito bite.
I know, I saw.
I didn't even know that mosquitoes, eat babies.
It's not okay. That's where I draw the line.
Did you know that they eat babies?
I imagine they do. She looks like she's delicious.
She does.
She looks so good.
She does look really delicious.
I would eat that.
I eat her every day.
I was going to tell you, have you seen that... I don't know if you've been watching Instagram. She's been doing a lot of
The answer would be no.
Okay.
Because I'm now a producer, and that's my full-time gig. I don't have free time anymore.
So you haven't seen it?
No, enlighten me, because I am definitely not cool anymore. I don't know anything that is
I'm not
cool or hip or...
I'm not cool.
And I'd like to be a cool mom. I'd like to know
I try to stay up.
The
I try to stay up
slang
on the gossip.
Yeah, the hot gossip.
But,
okay, give me the hot gossip.
Anyways, I saw there was a post on social media that's going viral, and it's this woman at a Phillies game.
Okay.
And this man goes over, the ball gets hit like a home run, and he runs over to go grab the ball, and it's right in front of this woman, and she decides that because the ball landed right in front of her and they didn't catch it, he got it and ran it over to his 10-year-old son.
How far is this distance?
From me to the wall over there.
Okay.
So, 15 feet.
Okay.
Maybe 10 feet.
Okay.
Anyways, he grabs the ball. She doesn't get it. You can tell she's reacting. And if you look at this woman, you could just tell just immediately.
A Karen.
Oh, hard Karen vibes.
Yeah. Did she have a bob?
Yeah, but it's gray. The haircut is wild.
But it's a bob.
It's very short. Shorter than a bob.
Okay.
It's
a Karen. It's a Karen cut.
It's a Karen cut, but it's it's the final boss. If you were to be in a video game,
what's the final boss?
You never heard that saying before?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
So that's when you're playing a video game, the final boss. If you're playing Mario Brothers, the final boss,
the winner,
Bowser, the guy that you have to beat. He's the ultimate guy.
Okay, got you.
She's the final boss for the Karens.
Got it.
Yeah. So anyways, he gets the ball. He runs it over to his son. His son's 10 years old. Gives him the ball. He's giving him a hug. It's a sweet moment. She comes storming over, down the aisle, storming over to him, and just starts screaming in his face. It catches him off guard. He's like this, and he's you can see he's very calm and collected, and he doesn't. He's it's not worth it. So he just talks to his son, grabs the ball and goes, "Here you go." And she storms off with it.
So somebody filming this on their iPhone?
It was on the Jumbotron.
Oh no.
So this woman is her life's about to be over.
Yep.
Yeah. So
wait till the TikTokers get a hold of a Karen moment.
It's already out there.
Yeah.
It's already out there. And it was just crazy to me how one dick move like that.
And you're ruined.
Can ruin you.
Yeah.
People have been doxing her now, posting her Facebook is out there. We found her Facebook.
No way.
Oh yeah. It's crazy.
No way. So did she rip this baseball out of the little boy's hand and?
Yeah. But it was really.
She
cool.
did. She really did.
No, she didn't rip it out of his hand. She went over. The dad gave it to her. Was hey, just get away from us, type thing.
No.
Yeah. He was he took the high road.
Dude, what a hard decision to make as a parent.
Yeah. Because
you know that you're going to just absolutely fucking devastate your child.
Yeah.
But you're also kind of
the kid was kind of cool about it too, though. I think he was
he was probably scared.
I think he was this fucking crazy lady needs to go away.
He was probably terrified.
Yeah. So anyways, some time goes by in the game, and all of a sudden the staff from the stadium, the Philly staff, comes over and starts gives this kid all this merch and like apologized, and they were like, hey, like, we love that, you wanted a ball, blah blah blah. And so anyways, they take him after the game, they take him down. He gets to meet his favorite player. They signed a bunch of bats.
And the whole crowd's going, fuck you, Karen. Fuck you, Karen.
I saw another post after that was like somebody had reached out, I don't know, it was a famous person or somebody, and was like, not only are you going to get to go to one of their road games, but we're going to give you and your dad a free RV.
What?
And I'm like, dude.
I would take a Karen moment for a free RV. Are you
kidding
kidding?
me? They're getting hooked up now.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was pretty crazy. But it kind of brought me into like what we're going to talk about today with and like how nice it is that we don't have to
deal with like Karens in the pickup line at school.
Just like the public school Karens or even private school Karens.
They think that there's this feeling of like entitlement of like, well, like we pay for our kid to go here, and like everybody's driving like a Range Rover on pickup, and like, you know what I mean? Like it's like that rat race of competition of
my child's being neglected. And it's like, no, Karen, your child is actually just getting treated like everybody else.
Yeah.
There's probably some hands-on moms in there.
Of course
that don't want to let go.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's me.
Yeah.
I don't think I would ever be ready to let go, to be honest. We had her in public school, and I've been slowly like pulling her in closer. I'm like, actually, maybe I'm not ready to put you out into the real world.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to keep you at home.
Yes, definitely.
Which, I mean, our journey we have a school-age child and a non-school-age child. But we've done all the things. Honestly, like I was thinking about our journey of like schooling with Holland, and we've done like all the things. We've done like the daycare,
everything except for public school.
That's true. And I mean, I feel like before we've gotten to the point where we're at now, do you feel that we like, right? I'm pretty sure we had already like decided collectively that public school was like not where we wanted our kids to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We agreed on that early on.
Okay.
Like we didn't like the public school system.
We also live in Nevada.
Yeah, it's worse.
And we're ranked like what, second from the bottom?
It's not good.
I think we moved, I can't remember if we moved up or down, but I do know that there was movement, I think last year in our like ranking.
I think we actually went up.
I think so too.
By like one state.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that we got better. It just means that somebody else probably got worse.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think that you and I both were like, public schooling's not it, We knew that.
We knew that early on.
Yeah.
So I think
so at first we picked daycare.
Yeah, like a home.
Mainly, and
it was
how
a
old?
Home daycare, right?
It was a home daycare that was recommended to me by my aunt, somebody who like lived close to us.
Friend of a friend.
Yeah, I don't know if she knew somebody whose kid had like gone to her. I can't remember exactly how she knew of her, but I was working, not full time, but like had more consistent hours where I had to be like across town,
right,
in the office or at the birth center.
There were things you needed to do.
And I needed like that freedom. Were you in
midwifery school at that point?
See, this is what I was trying to remember is like, how old was she and what was going on in her life?
She was young. She was like 3, I think.
But you'll have to think when I was doing midwifery school, like that was all virtual.
Yeah.
And like I did like hybrid nursing school, and I never put her in a daycare or anything.
Right.
I just figured it out with my parents and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, because I didn't take a break between nursing school and midwifery school. Like I went straight to midwifery school. But I know that I was like, I'm pretty sure I was dropping her and then I was driving like across town.
Yeah.
And I was working. Like this is when I took on like GDM.
Right.
And lactation.
Either way, we were both doing things and needed coverage.
Yeah. But also like when I look back at it, I don't think it was solely just that we needed like coverage. It kind of felt like, okay, well now all of a sudden I think she was 2. 2.5. I don't think she was 3 yet.
I think you're right.
Or maybe 3, somewhere in there, the 2 to 3 range.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of just felt like, okay, well, she's at that age where like, this is not what you do.
Right. Yeah,
I felt that.
It felt like it was something she needed more than just being at home.
Yeah.
Almost. Like in our minds, we thought that was like the right thing to do.
And I think I was losing my mind a little bit too. Like it was just really hard. I just had so much going on, and it was really hard to juggle like her care 24/7 at home, and then also trying to like kind of advance my career, because at the time I'm thinking like I'm going to go to midwifery school and become a midwife and have this whole full career, you know. But then we had that situation at the daycare.
Not a good situation.
Not a good situation.
I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that have had a bad situation.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's sad. It's scary.
Okay. Not to like, I don't want this to turn into like a, not a R-rated, but like a listen with caution, not with the kids in the car type of podcast. Yeah. And I'm also not trying to make a mom cry today, but I always see these posts about local here in Nevada, local like daycares and like preschools. It's always the younger kids where like bad stuff happens.
For sure.
And I saw one recently where this little girl, there was a video and I didn't watch it because I just can't, like I can't do that to myself.
Can't do it.
But there was this little girl who, one of the like daycares here in town close to us, they got it on video that I think it was like the assistant principal or the principal or something. He like comes around the corner and you can tell she's kind of like scared of him. And he comes over and he's like, you can't be like playing anymore. She was like climbing on a chair. Okay. It's like not anything crazy. She's like 2 or 3.
Okay.
And so he's like, you need to go back to the classroom. So he grabs her arm and like pulls her off and she just immediately starts crying. And he's like, you're fine, whatever. And then all of a sudden all the staff around him is like, we'll cover for you. We got you. That didn't happen, like whatever. And then are going to her and trying to like gaslight her into changing her story. Like, so how did you get hurt again? And she's like, he grabbed me. And they're like, no, he didn't. You fell, right? You fell off the chair.
Ew.
Yeah. Terrified. And this is all recorded. And the little girl goes back to the classroom and she's just sitting there holding her arm and she's sobbing and they ignore her. Nobody's like, hey, sweetie, are you okay? Do you need something? Finally, somebody comes over and brings her an ice pack, right? And then the mom, like 40 minutes later, comes for pickup and comes to pick up the little girl. And she can hear her crying when she like pulls up and goes to her and is like, what's wrong? And immediately could tell something wasn't right with her arm. So smart mom immediately takes her to urgent care and gets it assessed. He had dislocated her elbow. Her arm or her shoulder, one of those, completely dislocated. And they left her there for 40 minutes.
To cover for the douchebag.
And all the staff were covering for him.
Yeah. See, that's the problem. That's why we're homeschooling, because I would go with a gun and I would kill everybody.
We live in the desert. There's a lot of open land out there.
That makes me, that kind of shit makes me infuriated.
It literally
like gets my blood boiling.
Same. It physically hurts me because just thinking if that was like my daughter and some man did that, and then these are other women who are probably also mothers, witnessed it and are trying to cover up for it. But anyway, I see stories like that all the time.
No, it's a no for me.
Yep. So we had something not as, physical happen to our daughter, where, and here's something that I was thinking about around this topic, and I'll probably say it a lot of times, so I'm going to plant the seed right now. Something that I have looked back on is I've had little bits of intuition, and I think you have too. Almost every single time we've chosen somewhere to put her, and we just kind of ignore it.
Yeah, because it's like at that point we needed the time or the care. And you're kind of like, you're really trying to focus on the good because you need something to work.
Yeah, totally.
And you want you want her to have fun.
Yeah.
But also you're in your head, you're going like, this is what we're supposed to do. Like they're supposed to go and they're supposed to play with other kids and like they need to be part of a group and blah, 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 blah.
So it doesn't matter if there's red flags because this is like what you're supposed to do.
Right. We're taking the best option that is presented.
We're socializing them and we're like prepping them for reading and math, and like we're building the like essential skills that your child needs to like thrive and be successful and be smart and whatever. Like we put so much value on like those types of things on these little teeny tiny children.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I don't know about you, but I was totally convinced, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we knew we didn't want public school, but in fairness, could you agree that maybe we had our priorities out of whack?
100%.
That we were like, oh yeah, we need this, right? Like we need to put our child in here. And this is a good thing for our kid.
Yes.
Even though in our gut, it didn't feel right.
Yeah.
All of the situations until we're here, you know?
Yeah.
But so at this daycare, right? I've taught Holland since she was very young to use her voice and to know her body and to know when things don't feel right and to always communicate them.
Yeah, you've always been good about that.
I've always really, really pushed that with her. I think it's just kind of survival of like being a single mom and just knowing that like there were going to be times where she would be places without me. And I just wanted to feel that like she would come to me and tell me if something was ever wrong.
Right.
Or anything ever happened to her, because it was just me trying to protect her from the world, you know?
It's just, I mean, as raising daughters, it's that's what you need to do. You have to, regardless, single mom or not.
I think that's totally fair.
You have to have that conversation, and you have to make sure that they understand.
Yeah.
All of those things.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
So thank God she's always been pretty great at that and pretty advanced, like cognitively, like her just awareness and communication skills have always been pretty advanced.
Right.
But so there was a situation at this daycare where she told me about it, I think same day. Yeah. That she had gotten in trouble. I don't remember what for. You fill in the gaps here if my memory's missing anything. But she had gotten in trouble for something. And so the what do you call her? She's not a teacher, but like the daycare facilitator or whatever, took Holland into the laundry room, closed the door and turned the lights off in the laundry room and left her in there.
And told her that she couldn't come out until she calmed down or something
like
that.
Something like that.
Like what? You're going to lock a child in a room.
A dark room.
In a home that they're not really familiar with, and then tell them they can come out when they calm down?
Yeah.
What?
And then you immediately feel guilty as a parent because I'm like, this was her first introduction to anything being away from home. And I'm like here thinking that it's the safe, great option, you know?
And then you start to think, you're like, she was a nice woman. Like she presented herself that way. Yeah. I know you guys ended up having some weird.
We did. I was going to say she was a nice woman, but I had red flags from the get-go because every single day I would pick up Holland. And she was only going like twice a week, right? But every single time that I was there, she would come to me and just like go off about all the things that she knows and the conferences she's attended, the books she's read, the people she's met, the webinars, the whatever, and like all the skills you should have for like teaching children things and whatever.
She wanted to coach you.
Yeah.
She was like trying to coach, like be like, I know more than you.
It was weird.
And your child could be better if you listen to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But only me. It's like she targeted me because she could tell that I was like intelligent and that I was in tune with my daughter. But you know what I think now that I look back at it? She felt threatened by me.
100%.
Because she probably knew that me and my kid have a different dynamic than maybe some of the other family situations.
And you were onto her.
And I was onto her. Yeah. Like, and so she was going to make sure, she was going to almost like gaslight me to make sure that when she locks my kid in a dark laundry room, that she can let me know that I don't know how I'm parenting and she's in the right.
Well, I remember you were kind of like, you kind of felt like she like, is she taking out her frustrations with me on Holland type of thing? Do you remember that?
Did I?
Yeah, because I think you guys had like a little like...
kind of butted heads a little bit on some stuff. Yeah.
But anyways, nightmare.
Total nightmare. So obviously...
She never went back.
Yeah. We never said anything. I remember I was ready to just like go drive my car through her house.
Yeah.
And you definitely helped like talk me down. I feel like we tend to have that balance, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that lady would have been joining that principal out in the desert somewhere.
Yeah.
No, but so then
just decided, we said, sorry, but this is not for us.
Not for us.
We moved on.
And then I don't remember the timeline, but then we found Challenger.
Shortly after that, maybe a month after that.
What made us land on Challenger?
We had just heard that it was a good school. Is
it because I met the family at the park and their son went there?
It was.
Or was she already in Challenger? Because I can't remember.
No, wait. Man, I can't recall.
I know.
I think we found Challenger on our own. No, I think
it was them.
Those fuckers.
I know. Fuck.
Yeah. And then there's a lot of people that do like Challenger. It's very academic based. So
it's a private school.
It's a private school. Yep. It's expensive. It's super
very expensive. it's a brick, like it's a concrete jail like house.
Yeah,
and all the
it's like
kids
a
wear uniforms.
traditional. I mean, by traditional, I mean like they want you to feel like you are locked up in there.
Like a houseplant could die
Yeah.
inside of it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very like very traditional, like just bricks and a few windows in there, and then
Yeah.
the cafeteria in the middle with the
Yeah.
gymnasium.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
the teachers were nice enough. Like the teachers were fine.
I do. Yeah,
The
I
staff
agree.
was nice.
And they had a really well like the drop off thing was great. And
It
that
was
drop off, remember
coordinated
the
well.
drop off
Yeah,
lady
you
with
would
the
just
really short hair?
drive your car, and Colin loved her.
Yeah, she was so sweet.
Yeah.
She was so great and did
Yeah.
such a good job with the kids.
But it was not. It was way too much academic for that young of an age. Holland was 3 at the time.
Yeah, she wasn't even 4 yet.
Doing preschool.
Yep.
And you had to get the uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
You had to, she had to be there, and they were spent most of their time in the classroom.
And the drop off time was like very rigid.
Mm-hmm.
Pickup time is very rigid. Like everything,
Yeah. They would, I mean, like, we didn't get to that, but I think starting kindergarten, they started assigning homework.
Yeah.
And they're very, again, it's very academic forward. So, like, if your kid isn't up to the standard of what they think your kid, they start to tell you, like, hey, maybe you should get a tutor. Maybe you should do this. Maybe you should like they're pushing you to push your child, when that seems so backwards to push anybody that's that young.
But isn't it terrible that like it's so easy to like get caught up in it?
It is. And it becomes like a pride thing for the parent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like your child's like reading level and like mathematics skills are some trophy that you like tote around.
Yeah, it's a
like,
talking point.
What reading level is your kid at? Well, Tommy's at whatever. And then all of a sudden you're feeling inadequate as a mom and you're like, well, fuck, like I better like make this more regimented for my kid. And now you're like,
I gotta get hard on my kid.
Yeah, and they're spending X amount of hours in concrete.
Right.
Like
because
sitting at a desk, and
Yeah.
then they're coming home to you being like, okay, Tommy, you need to sit down and we're going to now practice this and we're going to do this. And now this extra time. And like you said, the tutor and whatever.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. And it's not to say that some children don't do well in that. I do feel like naturally some kids are like, they just crave it. They love
For
it.
sure.
They
Yeah.
want to do all the things. They teach themselves how to read. Like,
Yeah.
they're all about it and it's fun to them. We so far don't make children like that. So it was just,
I wasn't like that.
me either. And
I was
that's
not
probably
like
why
that.
neither of us were like that. So
No, school was tough for me.
same.
And I think it was just because it never seemed fun. It never seemed like I could learn about things that I actually wanted to.
Yeah.
And it didn't seem like it was catered towards that. It was more like, you have to be there at this time. Here's how we're going to judge you as a person.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to judge you based off of your academic level,
Your grades,
your
test scores,
exactly. And just, if you don't fit into this little box with those 4 things that we have mentioned, then you're kind of an outcast, and you're going to be looked down upon by your peers and the teachers that are.
And it'll even like, you get these progress reports sent home.
Yeah.
To like make sure your parents know that you're also a failure.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's sit at your desk, raise your hand, don't speak unless you raise your hand and you're called on.
You need permission to empty your bladder.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to eat a snack if you feel hungry.
You need a hall pass. It's literally like prison.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody said it.
It's crazy. But we think it's like normal. We think that that's like there's like a disciplinary aspect to it, which I'm not discounting discipline, because I think discipline is very important just in general in life and as a person. But to have this sort of conformity at a young age breeds more sheep.
Yeah.
Right?
But maybe that's the goal all along, huh?
Well, it is. And I'm sure you're going to let me know about it.
Well, actually, let me pull some things up really quick. Okay. No, so I do actually have like a handful of things that I want to share because, I'm passionate.
Yeah.
It's funny because you used that word the other day to describe me, and it's been stuck in my head because I like it, because sometimes I'm like, I'm a fucking nut job.
Passionate.
But I like passionate. I'm like, you're right. I just am really passionate. And sometimes
Yeah.
I just get a little heated and a little worked up, but it's passion, okay?
It is.
Okay, so I went to Chat GPT. Haters are gonna hate. Okay, me and Chat have a relationship. I don't care. If you don't like Chat, that's fine. But me and Chat are best friends. Okay, I said, give me the brief history of Rockefeller and the creation of public school systems to create factory workers. But tell me as if you're a conspiracy theorist, insert air quotes here, okay, and want to rile up the homeschool moms. Okay.
All right.
Because when I
Yeah.
went to Google and I asked, give me a brief history on Rockefeller and the creation of like public schools, it was like the first paragraph to pop up was like, Rockefeller was so great and he created this thing to like help like, I don't know, unfortunate youths and what. And I was like, no, fuck this. Let's go to Chat. So that's what I put in. Okay. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
This is how it starts. And this is why me and Chat are best friends.
Okay.
All right. Buckle up. I already love that. I love that. Okay. Because we're diving deep into one of the most sinister plots in American history. A plot to turn our kids into obedient, factory working drones. All roads lead back to John D. Rockefeller and his pals, the so-called elites, who had a very specific vision for America's future. Spoiler alert, it wasn't about freedom or creativity, it was about control.
Okay.
Are you like so invested right now?
I mean, I know where this is going because I've looked into this as well.
Same, yeah.
But I love it. Keep
but
going.
I just had,
I know. Keep going.
So here's the story most people don't know. This is what I love. I'm like, tell me the good shit. Like, let's get deeper.
We want to know.
Let's unpack it. Back in the late 1800s, when the U.S. was transitioning from a primarily agrarian, yes,
you got it, agrarian,
society into an industrial powerhouse, the factory system needed a steady stream of workers. Problem was, farmers were raising kids who had independent minds, worked with their hands, and understood how to think for themselves. I'm dying because I'm literally wearing my like farmer overalls.
that was by
I
coincidence.
Planned it. Yeah, actually, I planned this outfit for this. She might
have planned it.
No, actually, I've been wearing these all day. Thank you very much. Okay, wait, I lost my thought. Okay, and to understand how to think for themselves. These kids weren't the ideal workers for factories. They were too free-spirited, too self-reliant. They were a threat to the corporate system that was starting to take hold. Enter John D. Rockefeller, the oil magnate who became one of the wealthiest men in history, which is, honestly, it's been mind-blowing to me. He's everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah. He's one of the foundational corporate men of America.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And a major architect of the public education system. You might be thinking, what does a guy who made his money from oil have to do with schools? Well, a lot. Rockefeller wasn't just about making money off oil. He had a long-term vision to control the minds of America's youth. He wanted to create a system where kids were taught not to think for themselves, but to follow orders, repeat instructions, and perform repetitive tasks like good little factory workers. I love the like way that this is worded. Like you can just tell that any like homeschool mom that's listening right now, they're like ready to just freaking fight someone. You see, Rockefeller wasn't just funding schools out of the goodness of his heart. Oh no. He was funding a radical new educational system that would shape kids into mindless cogs for the industrial machine. His buddies in the business elite, like Andrew Carnegie, had the same idea. They poured money into public schools to standardize the curriculum, create a rigid structure, and here's the kicker, train children to be workers, not thinkers. This whole thing was a business model, people. The elites wanted obedient workers who could operate machines in factories, work 9 to 5, and never question authority. They didn't want kids learning how to grow their own food, build their own houses, or think independently. They needed cogs in the wheel of their massive industrial empire. I mean, like, and it just keeps, I don't know.
Yeah, no, we get the gist of it.
We get the point, right? But you know what's crazy with me?
it's alarming because it's true.
It's true.
It's wild.
And of course, this is dressed up because I asked it to like,
Yeah.
I was like, come on, make me angry. You know what I mean? But I mean,
but it's not. But
this
like,
is
it's not
this is American history. It's
that's
not
not
like
that's not a story. That's the history of the school system.
yeah.
Right.
So you know what's really crazy for me reading this? I am that kid. I am the product of a public school system.
I think I would say probably 99% of America is the product of the school system.
But here's a difference.
Okay.
And we could unpack this a little bit. Your parents and the way that they viewed academics and grades as when you were like a child, very different than the way that my parents did.
For sure.
And so, to be honest, one of a few, but one of the hardest parts for me of trying to homeschool our daughter is I have to unlearn a lot for myself.
Yeah.
Because I definitely still have these ideas in my head that like if she's not academically succeeding, like I just have this like
you're failing.
Yeah, like that we're both failing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I think because of the way that your parents structured like the reward system and praise on grades and education, that is probably something hard for you to shake because internally it's like you've associated like love and affection
with good grades
and succeeding in school.
100%.
Where for me, that was not the case.
Not at all.
At all.
Yeah.
Which is wild because both my parents were teachers in public school systems.
And why, like, you have parents who are teachers. I feel like you would think that it'd be opposite, that your parents would be very, like...
Yeah, you would think that. But, like, they were very... It was not... Like, they were cool as long as I made it to the next grade. You know what I mean? Like, they weren't... If I got an A in something, they're like, "Hey, congratulations." But it wasn't like, "You're doing it. Like, that's what we need." It was like... Let's just get through this. You know what I mean? It wasn't like this. There wasn't pressure. I also think that
Did
they
think that you were an idiot and they were just grateful that you like
did
something?
I think that this goes for all three of us, but like
who's
me, Clayton, and Katie.
Like you're so yeah.
But I think that they knew we weren't going to Harvard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like or college maybe at all.
Yeah.
So they knew we were smart, but they didn't emphasize like we're gonna really push on the academics. My dad actually has a college degree, which just blows my mind.
By the grace of God.
If you know my father, you would laugh too. But
yeah, what is his degree in?
Education.
The irony.
Yeah,
the irony.
And I'm like, who the fuck signed off on your test scores and who did your homework?
Yeah, he probably cheated.
It wasn't you.
Yeah.
But my mom is very, very task oriented and very smart and very like, I mean, you know her. She's the woman who gets shit done.
Oh yeah.
And doesn't sit down.
If there's shit that needs to get done,
she'll schedule my DMV appointment right now. If I called her.
Oh, and I could look on and it would be like no appointments for the next 8 months. And you could just call your mom and like 2 minutes later she'd be like, "Are your appointments tomorrow at 8 a.m.?"
Yeah. Here's the documents you're gonna need.
Yeah, here's all the documents.
You might want to show up 15 minutes early.
Yeah.
Just to avoid any lines.
I plotted out your map to have the like least amount of traffic to get there.
And we're not exaggerating.
No, like that's
all.
That's a true story. That's actually happened. Like,
but she also knew that we were part of my father. You know.
Yeah.
So, there was times where like she would literally be doing my book reports for me because she knew that if nobody did it, if she didn't do it, nobody was going to do it. And it wasn't like I would have to sit there in the room with her while she did it, you know what I mean? But like, and pretend like I was participating. But it was more or less like, all right, like I'm going to help you get through this just so you can move on to the next thing. But my parents were always very like, they didn't think it was a big deal. Like a book report. They didn't think it was a big deal. Like they were like, you know, are you going to use that down the road? They were kind of realistic when it came to school. They were like, this is kind of bullshit. It's just something you have to get through in order to progress in.
Between postpartum hair loss and my bleach era regrets, my hairline was starting to look like a before photo. Enter Heart and Soil's skin, hair, and nails, packed with whole food powerhouses like grass-fed cartilage, beef liver, and bone marrow, giving you everything from full-spectrum collagen to biotin, fat-soluble vitamins A and E, glycine, elastin, and omega-3s. It's basically the all-star team your hair, skin, and nails crave. Ever since I started taking it, my baby hairs have been growing like crazy, and even the years of bleach damage are finally filling in. I'm honestly amazed at how much stronger and healthier my hair feels. If your bathroom drain looks like it's shedding more than the family dog, this one's for you. Use code LONEWOLF at checkout for 10% off your first order. That's code LONEWOLF for 10% off your first order at Heart and Soil.
Let's be honest. The supplement world is kind of gross. Companies present products that are supposed to be good for your health that actually do more harm than good. They're full of ingredients that we can't pronounce, and somehow we're supposed to feed that to our kids? Yeah, no thanks. That's why we use Equip. They looked at a dirty industry and decided to raise the bar. Equip makes real food, protein, and supplements simple, clean, high-quality stuff your body can actually recognize. No sketchy fillers, no chemical circus, just nutrients you can feel good about putting in your family smoothies, pancakes, and snacks after a long day of sourcing your raw milk. We love it in our house because it's delicious, taste-tested, and actually supports the kind of energy we need to keep up with real life. Co-op groups, hiking trips, and the occasional living room wrestling match with Dad. Our food system has let us down time and time again, and it's nice to know Equip strays from the pack and focuses on quality. So level up your pantry, fuel your tribe, and try Equip Protein today. And because you listen to Lone Wolf Podcast, you get 15% off your order with code Lone Wolf at checkout. Your family deserves better fuel, and now it tastes good too. Life.
You know what's interesting is it wasn't until I got to my second bachelor's degree
Right.
where I adapted that mindset of like, this is a game.
Yes.
And I got to learn how to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got a 4.0 in nursing school.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
in one of the hardest programs, in an accelerated program as a single mom, like we started dating, you know.
Yeah.
So I had like some help. And then my dad got cancer and died in the middle of the program.
A lot happened.
And I got a 4.0.
Yeah, it's
and
impressive.
I'm like a C, B, A in a topic that I like type of student.
We get it. You're smart.
No, but I'm not though.
I'm kidding.
But I'm really not. Like I have always really struggled in school.
Yeah.
I've always struggled. I'm saying though that I never got like a really good gotten A's until I adopted that mindset.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I think it was the pressure. Like I felt in my family and I'm not putting 100% blame on my parents because I think that this is also a personality type.
Right.
Like I would have never not completed a book report and turned it in because I would have disappointed my teacher, and I didn't want to disappoint anybody. I didn't want anybody to be like, "Oh, Morgan, like wouldn't like." I wanted to show up and like do my best at everything and make people proud. Like that's just my personality type.
Right.
Like so afraid of disappointment.
Yeah.
Or letting someone down. You know what I mean? And I knew that this stuff was important to my parents, so I was like, of course, I would not dare like not turn in an assignment or whatever. But then the pressure was there to get good grades. I have an older brother who's like one of the most intelligent people I know.
Yeah. He's
very gifted. It's very natural. My mom is similar. She's really, really good at like numbers and like, what's it called? Like photographic memory.
Yeah.
Like she could like literally flip through a textbook and then just like have it all retained and then get an A on the test.
God, I wish.
Where I have to read the same sentence 5 times.
Yeah.
And I'll probably still forget half of it.
Me too.
Like,
if I don't care about it, if it's not something I'm interested in, it's going in it's going in and out.
Even then for me, I'm like, if it's something that I really like, I also need to like read it. I need to listen to it. I need to talk it out with a friend, and then I need to watch a demonstration, and then it'll stick for me.
Yeah.
Like I need all of the, you know.
Right.
It's just, my brain just doesn't work that way. But the pressure of like if you get good grades, like, you're praised in our house. Like, grades really matter. Like, do you want to be something when you grow up? Then you need to get good grades, because if you get good grades, then you get into a good college. If you get into a good college, then you can get this like degree. And if you get the degree, my dad always said, like, that's the key that unlocks the door. And if you can unlock the door, then like, then you can go and get your 9 to 5
Right. The world
job.
is your oyster.
Yeah, the world's your oyster.
Yeah.
And I felt that. Like, I felt like I was always like I don't know, one arm out, like trying to like swim, but could never quite get my head out of water, you know? Like, I really wanted to make my parents proud. I really wanted to be successful, but I was like, fuck, the public school system is just not like, but you as a kid, you don't think that the system is wrong. You think you're dumb and incapable and inadequate.
And I think there is some truth to what your parents said and what your dad was saying, because I think in that generation that they grew up in, a degree had a lot more power.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
A college degree meant more than it does now. Like, now, it really doesn't mean anything. It means that you can stick out 4 years and overspend on an education.
I mean, I have 2 bachelor's degrees, and I use some of the stuff, but like a lot of it, I'm like, man, I could have figured this out without all that and without all the debt. And then you will also forever probably make more money than me, and you don't have a degree at all.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are starting to catch on to, you know, like, there's other ways of educating yourself without going broke in the process.
Totally.
Because you are literally giving an arm and a leg to get a piece of paper that nobody's even going to look at. Like, employers aren't even really looking at.
They really aren't.
Like, they don't. I don't even think they're checking anymore. Well, has anybody asked you for your diploma ever?
No, never.
Yeah.
Nope. And I've applied to, I don't even know, 10 plus jobs.
Outside of like medical licensing and
the licensing, yes.
And that kind of stuff. Yeah. There's nobody's asking for your stuff.
In fairness, like, I can't have an RN license without the bachelor's degree. So it's kind of like, you check the license, then you know that I have the degree.
So you do need that in that sense.
Yeah.
You do. And there's a lot of things that you do need a degree for. So I'm not saying they're all bad. But I think that just generally thinking that you need to default from high school into college is kind of a crazy concept.
Yeah. Well, and man, I always wonder sometimes, like, where I would be if I had parents that, you know, didn't put that type of pressure on it and allowed me to, like, I've always had a very like entrepreneurial spirit, and I've started so many like little random businesses. Like, I'm the queen of figuring out how to make $1.
Oh, I've seen.
Yeah. Like, it's always been in me.
Yeah, no, you're good at it.
But I've never been allowed to just like focus on that. You know, it's like I remember calling my parents when I was at UNR. I was majoring in nursing, and I was doing Army ROTC, and I was just like, I was miserable. Like, I had this sinus infection. My like face was literally swollen like 4 inches out, and I like wasn't sleeping, and I was ill, and like I was just falling apart. I was like, this isn't for me. Like, I don't think that I want to go this direction with nursing anymore. I don't know what else I want to be. There's just too much pressure. I'm not having fun. I hate that. Like, I want to drop out. Like, I want to drop out of college, and I want to figure something else out. I called my parents. I was sobbing, and I was like, I can't do this. I'm done. Like, I've thought about it. I've sat on it. I want to drop out of college. I want to do something different. And they were like, absolutely not. Yeah. And I can't blame them. Like, I don't know how I would feel if I was in their shoes as the parent, and, you know, they're financially invested and had moved me out there, you know, like I moved states and all of that. I get it. Yeah. But like, I just think like, if you were in that same situation, went to your parents, their advice could have been different. And it makes me wonder, like, what direction would I have gone? Because I'm definitely not an unmotivated person. I was not trying to move back into my parents and live on the couch.
Yeah. And to give you some perspective, for a similar situation for me, and this was before college. So my junior year of high school, all my friends were older than me that went to my school. I had other friends that were migrated at a different school, but most of my friends that were at my school were seniors, and they all had like 4 or 5 classes as a senior. So they were getting off on after their fourth period and just going to hang out. And so my best friend in high school was getting off at the 4th period. One day he convinced me, because I had my 5th and 6th period. He's like, just skip it, dude. Like, let's go to my house. Let's go get some food, whatever. We'll go party. And I was like, all right, dude, let's do it. So I skipped the last 2 classes. Next day rolls around, and I was like, damn, I don't really want to go to those 2 classes, because like I know I missed some stuff and I'm gonna have to catch up. So I skipped it again. And then, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks go by.
Was any part of you like scared that your parents were gonna like
No.
see?
I was worried a little bit, because I was like, damn, how am I gonna, I got myself in a hole here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, at that point, a couple weeks had gone by, and I was living like I was a senior. My teachers in my classes, my 5th and 6th period, would see me in the hall and try to flag me down, and I would run the other way. So anyways, I get a call, or my dad gets a call. It's about like 2 weeks after I stopped going to my classes. He gets a call from one of our counselors, and is like, hey, Jordan's probably not going to be able to move on to a senior year, because he's literally stopped going to his last 2 classes. My dad's like, what? So then he calls me, and he's like, hey, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm just hanging out at Bryce's. He's like,
And you're like sipping like a natty ice in your friend's garage.
probably.
Yeah.
And he calls me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just over at Bryce's house, and we're just hanging out. And he's like, dude, you're not going to your last 2 classes. And I go, oh, yeah. I was like, I meant to tell you about it. He goes, I don't give a shit. He goes, you have to graduate.
Yeah.
He goes, so whatever you got to do that, you got to figure it out. He goes, you're not going to graduate if you continue not going to those classes. He goes, and you're already pretty behind. They told me it's gonna be hard for you to like make up the rest of the year. So he goes, when you come home, like you and me and mom are gonna have to sit down and figure this out, because you have to get a diploma. Like, you have to graduate. You can't be a high school dropout.
Your mom has a lot of book reports to do now.
Yeah. Anyways, they were very mellow about it. All things considered, like I was basically dropping out of half my.
Yeah.
So anyways, I found the adult education thing, which is like you still get a diploma. You just go, and it's super, like it's in the hood, and
Yeah.
like, there's adults that are going there that like just got out of jail and stuff, because they
Nice.
now they're trying to get their life back together.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm going there to finish my degree, but it was so easy. I was like, damn, I should have just been doing this the whole time. I ended up graduating a year early.
That's funny.
So I made up all my courses that I missed in those 2 weeks. I did those classes. I passed them in like 2 days, and then I needed like X amount of credits for my senior year, and I could go in and just test out of everything I found out. And they mailed me my diploma, and I graduated the same year as all my friends did. Just didn't walk or doing that.
Didn't your dad like help you cheat on the tests?
My mom's gonna hate if she hears this, because she hates this story.
Plug your ears, Susan.
So much. Susan will
Don't
plug your
listen.
ears. You're a saint.
Yeah.
So my sister kind of did a similar thing and ended up doing the adult education route. She's a competitive dancer, so she did a lot of. She wasn't really invested in school.
Yeah.
Friends were all outside of school, so
Yeah.
She ended up doing the same thing, and she went in to take a test, and there was a test that she was having trouble passing. And of course, my dad, being the crook that he is, decided that he could help her pass the test. He found online, this is before like the iPhones had real nice cameras and all that stuff. He found online a pair of glasses that had a camera built into them, and they were so obvious. Like, they were just the most obnoxious glasses on the planet. So he gave them to her and told her that she needs to go in and take pictures with the glasses like this on the side of the frame.
He was feeling like stoked too. He's like, Katie,
yes,
look what I found.
And
this is so cool. Like, I can just hear him in my head. Like,
well, my mom and Katie, they're both straight as an arrow. Like,
yeah,
me and my brother and my dad,
cut from the same cloth over there.
We're a little bit, we could get away with that.
Yeah.
We would figure a way out.
Yeah.
Katie was panicked.
I would have been panicked.
Hated every minute of it. Ends up getting caught. Yeah, and my dad had to go in there and tell him that it was his idea, and I'm sorry, like, please let her. Yeah. So anyways, it ended up working out. He talked her out of it, but yeah.
But he didn't have you, like, doing the same? Like, you didn't cheat to do your test and
he didn't
get
need
through?
to do that with me because I figured out a way to cheat while I was in there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. My parents would never, ever, 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 ever have done anything like that.
Yeah. It was always, and I think that's kind of how they've always been. It's always been like, don't let the system beat you, beat the system.
I love that.
Yeah.
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 I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
And so I feel like we have both kind of adapted, like taken our own past experiences and are kind of created our own version of how we would approach education with our kids, right? So ultimately, we had Holland then at this private school, and we're kind of evaluating like it was going okay. Like, she was doing good and like having fun, and
yeah, she had some friends and stuff. It was
like it was fine.
Right.
It was fine.
Yeah.
She was only going like 2 days a week though. I think honestly the main thing is we started feeling like, okay, well, once she moves up in grades, like I think we kind of realized that we weren't ever going to keep her in long term because it just got too academic, and you and I both were like, that wouldn't be good for her.
No, exactly. We both kind of realized it wasn't a good fit
in the long term, especially, and it was expensive.
Super
I mean,
expensive.
It was almost $1,000 a month for her to go. I think it was
3
only
days.
2.
No, it was 3.
Was it?
Yeah, 3 days a week.
To go 3 days a week, almost $1,000
a month.
And I was like, it's our second highest outgoing expense next to our mortgage for our 3-year-old to go to pre-K.
It was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we ended up pulling her. I don't even think she went for a full year.
No, she went for like half the year.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we pulled her, and I had some friends who told me about a micro school. And what was cool is it was close to us, so like it wasn't a far drive, and they used a homeschool curriculum. So they purchased that, and then they have teachers that like teach the homeschool curriculum. Right. So it's kind of like a middle ground to homeschooling. Because I was still convinced that like I needed her to be somewhere else. I like needed us to have that space from each other. I needed somebody else to like do her education, so that I can like go to work and whatever.
Being around kids, other kids.
Yeah, like socialization, whatever. But you and I both, like, even like the school was great, but we had just kind of a weird gut feeling when we did the tour, remember?
Yes, we had some reservations.
Yeah, like just a couple things kind of felt off, but we did tour in the summer. So it was kind of just like free for all. And then once we saw one school was actually in, it was a little more structured. We were kind of like, oh, okay, well, we're just writing it off that, the weird feeling we had was just that it was summertime. It wasn't
a terrible option. Like,
no, we were excited about it. And they, they have a chicken coop, and there was, a decent amount of outside time in the big swimming pool. And
a lot of outside time. They did like unique learning things. Like, remember they
like gardening school, and
they gathered like random scrap wood and like
they have
and made like a fort building. Which I thought was cool.
Yeah. Seriously, like some really amazing things.
Yeah.
But where it really changed for me is we had Zeppelin, and she hated the car seat. I think all 3 of us, like me and the girls, are traumatized from that time period because she would just scream until she was just dripping sweat. Like, and it was so stressful for poor Holland to sit back there with her. It was so stressful for me.
Yeah.
And I would have to put her in the car seat and drive, the 15 minutes, which doesn't seem crazy, but I would drop her off, and then I'd have to put her back in the car seat and then drive the other 15 minutes home. And 15 minutes are very long when you have a baby that's screaming their head off and miserable. It's so hard. And I would just be like leaking milk everywhere, and it was terrible.
Yeah, I remember.
But it started to kind of open my eyes to like, this doesn't feel totally comfortable, like this kind of sucks. And then I'm like dropping my kid off so somebody else can teach her, and then I'm going home, and then I'm sitting at home. And I was kind of like, what am I doing? Like, why am I, if I believe in like this homeschool curriculum and all these cool things that they're doing for kids, like, why am I like asking somebody else to do it? Why not take full control? And then the final straw was like, she did, the teachers kept changing. Like, there was a lot of turnaround with like who the teachers were and the staff and stuff. And she was just really struggling with like, she was the youngest in that class, which I don't think was great for her. So then she was kind of feeling this like inadequacy that like these kids were learning things and she wasn't. I think that triggered something in me too, where I was like, I don't want her to feel that way. This is her first introduction to academics. I do not want her to feel like she is inadequate because she's not at the same level as these other kids.
Right.
And then I started to kind of catch on that they were sitting at desks a lot and doing a lot more curriculum than I thought they were doing like outside time, and kind of realizing that, well, that's not like healthy for her. I don't think. She's so young. The mosquito.
Where?
Right there in front of you.
Where?
Right there by your leg, coming to eat you. Kill it.
Where?
Did you get it? He was coming right for your leg. Wait, don't move again. He was by the microphone. Or here. Oh, I got him. Ah, he's on my finger.
Yes.
Oh, it's bloody. I do not like that at all. Babe, look, it's bloody all over my hand. You're welcome. I did that for you.
It's probably my blood.
You know there's still more of them out there.
Anyways.
Okay, yeah. Holy shoot. Flight to brief intermission. Yeah, so we just ultimately were kind of like, why don't we pull her and bring her home? Do you remember me bringing it to you? Like, do you remember the conversation at all?
Yes.
Did you think I was losing it, or were you like, yeah, let's do it?
I mean, I was skeptical just because I know that you have a lot going on, and it's not easy to have kids at home all the time
and be the mom and the teacher.
Yeah.
And
I knew that would create a lot of stress for you, but it actually, since getting into it, I think it's been wonderful.
It's actually been really great. It really has. It's been so great.
Yeah.
Honestly, some of the hardest parts are not like the academic or the school part. It's just kind of figuring out like her and her motivations and our dynamic and like making sure that she's actually ready. And like a lot of it was kind of just putting it all away.
For sure.
Like I made this whole homeschool space, got all the curriculum in line, organized everything, bought the table, got the decorations, whatever. It's like, we're going to do this. It's going to be awesome. And I did maybe 1 or 2 days and it was miserable for everybody.
Yeah.
And I had to kind of take a look back and be like, you know what? She's just not ready. She's 5 years old.
No. Well, then it goes back to, and I think you've got some stuff for us here. Which we've talked about recently, and I think it's very interesting. Some statistics.
I mean, research. Like, so Finland is ranking like one of the top countries for intellect in children. Like they're producing some of the world's smartest children. They don't start academic focus like schooling until 7.
Yeah.
7. And our daughter's like about to turn 5, like in a couple or 6, I'm sorry, in like a couple days, you know. So she's not even there yet.
No.
They do a lot of play focus. And it sounds like they have this school called like the EC, where is it? EC something. And I believe it's free. And it's kind of like your pre-K, kinder, whatever, but they don't do academics. It's all like play focused.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
It sounds great. And I think those like early years of playing and using your imagination and not being stressed out about homework and academics and people telling you that you're behind, I think that is great. And I think it's the other way can be detrimental to someone's learning and self-esteem at a young age. Like putting an emphasis on grades and curriculum at a young age when you're just forming the ability to like go, okay, well, I could be creative and I can learn and I can have fun doing that. I think that is so much more important.
Well, it all goes back to Rockefeller.
Yeah.
We are not designed that way. We are not designed to all be the same.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
The farmers had it right. Okay, guys, the farmers knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
You're supposed to have acres and a lot of children. You're supposed to have chickens and like gardens and whatever. And you're supposed to allow freedom for your children to figure out who they are and the way that God designed them.
Right. Right. And we know it's not realistic that everyone can have an acreage and farms and all that nowadays, whatever.
And you don't need that. You don't need that. We're living in an average house in an average neighborhood with a small backyard and an HOA. Like our daughter still is planting seeds and growing things and doing science projects and
she's running through
the forest. I mean, like we're running our own co-op now, and
Mm.
we're going on hikes and nature things and doing all the things. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. You don't have to have those things, is
Right.
my point. Like,
Right.
it's so possible. But that we just weren't designed that way. You know what I mean? We're not
Yeah.
designed to fit in this one box. And public school, if you look back at the mere creation of it, that's what it's for, is to
Right.
create children to not be free thinkers, to not be creative, to not be unique or different. They're supposed to fit in this one box.
Mhm.
So that they can go on and get the 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
And we need that. Don't get me wrong. America runs off of that. We need the people to go, and we need our people who pick up the trash and do the office jobs and do the we need those things.
Right.
But I just don't think it's fair to put this pressure on children that they're all supposed to, I don't know, thrive in that type of a learning environment.
Well, and it should be something that you choose to do, not something that you feel obligated or forced to do because of a system that's broken.
Yeah, totally. Something that I really like, and I've said this to people before, is I don't know, like there's always like the haters out there about homeschooling, that they think, I don't know. I mean, you and I have both had this conversation. If you would have asked me pre-kids, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago about like homeschool kids, I'd be like, "Ew, those kids are fucking weird. Like homeschool kids are weird.
Mhm.
I would never do that to my children,
Yeah.
But I think it's different now. But anyway, I was just thinking about how there are things that matter so much more when you are helping to like create and shape a child, a future adult,
Mhm.
than academics. And these are things that you're not taught in school, right? And I actually like pulled up a list because I saw this the other day, and I feel like they wrote it out so much better than I could probably say it right
Yeah.
now. But it says things that matter more than grades, but no one told you in school: curiosity,
Okay.
resilience,
Mm-hmm.
creativity, empathy, collaboration, critical thinking, adaptability. Love that one.
Mm-hmm.
Emotional intelligence,
Mm.
initiative, and problem solving. Did I not literally just use the initiative with Holland today about
Yeah.
cleaning the house?
Yeah.
I was like, I need you to take initiative. We're going to clean for 10 minutes,
Mhm.
and I need you to take the initiative. I need Holland to do what she thinks is the right thing and makes her feel good about having this clean space.
Mhm.
I don't want to have to come in and nag you about it. And
Right.
she did. She did a great job. And
Yeah,
she learned initiative today.
Once she gets going on stuff, she wants to rearrange the whole house.
I know.
You know?
But don't you feel like, to me, like going to homeschooling and pulling back the curriculum, because I think that's a common thing. You think, well, if I homeschool, there's so much pressure on like what curriculum you're going to use and how are you going to make sure that they're still doing their like reading and their writing, like all the STEM
Mhm.
stuff.
Mhm.
But I think that it's more important in these beginning times, especially while they're still young, before they're 7.
Mhm.
The research supports it. You should be doing a lot of play, but you also should be teaching them these things.
Right.
Your children need to learn these skills before you can just start introducing all these academics, and they'll be so much better off for it.
That list is a great base.
It's a fantastic list.
Yeah, it's a really good list.
It's a great
and
list.
I've never heard that one before, but I love it.
I love it too.
And I think that should be a staple. Like if you are planning to homeschool, that should be, and I think us moving forward, that should be something that we use.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like print it out and keep it on the wall
Yeah.
and find ways to teach those words and implement them.
Yeah,
with your
implement
kid.
those words into lessons.
Yeah.
And I think anybody that's thinking about or wants to homeschool but is kind of nervous because they don't know exactly how to approach it, I think that it's one of those things where it's not as overwhelming as you think.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, you really don't have to be, you don't have to have a lesson plan book and you don't have to do all this stuff. It's more or less, and you could probably speak to this better than I can because you're doing it every day with them, and I'm working, but it seems like we're doing a pretty good job of giving her those foundational building blocks.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell just by the way she acts around other people.
Oh, this girl can walk up in like a coffee shop, walk straight up to the adult at the counter and go, "Hi, I would like a plain bagel toasted with cream cheese.
She did it the
And
other
then I
day.
would also like a blended vanilla matcha with whole milk, please."
The order.
And they'll be like, "Okay, what's the name for the order?" Holland.
Yes. Yeah, she did that.
Is
the
that
other
a
day.
cash or card? Card.
Mhm.
And then she'll take my card and tap.
She's good with the card.
She's 5.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying,
No, I
like,
know.
I literally feel like I could hand her a card and say, "Holland, can you go in the grocery store? Here's a list of 10 things."
Okay,
And she could do it.
When you guys were at my office today,
Yeah.
my partner was like, wow. She was like, just so you know, like, she's very socially advanced.
She said that.
Yeah,
Aw.
she was like, she's so smart. She was like, I can't believe, like, because she was demonstrating.
She was impressed because I
Yeah.
had Holland pretend. I was like, "Okay, pretend that dad is a customer."
She was doing my job.
Yeah. And I was like, "And you're going to sell a house to him."
Mhm.
And you went out and then you walked in and she just immediate full confidence was like, "Hi, welcome to KB Models. My name's Holland."
Took control of the room.
Yeah, I was like, "Come on this way. Let me show you the house." You know,
She walked me in and I was
confidence,
asking
like-
her questions about the house and she was making them up on the spot. They weren't right answers,
Yeah.
but she was going
but
for it.
but
Yeah.
the confidence. And
The
then on the
confidence was
drive
there.
home, she asked me, like, "How do you purchase a home?"
Right.
And we talked about like loans and a bank and what, and we were talking about this on our walk tonight. I
Mhm.
was like, I never learned that. And I went to how many years of public schooling and how many years of like,
Yeah.
upper level education.
Right.
Nobody ever was
Yeah.
like, here's how to like save money, get loans, buy a house,
Right.
interest rate, like none of that.
And again, she's 5 and it was a very simply way of putting how that works. But she now has an idea.
Yeah.
And it's implemented in her brain now. So
it's there.
Going forward, she realizes that that's kind of how things work.
Totally.
Which is cool.
Yep.
So yeah, I think we're doing, a pretty good job.
I want to just like end with this because I think that it's important. If you are somebody that's listening right now and you are on the fence about homeschooling, or maybe you are as far over here as we were and you're like, homeschoolers are weird.
You guys are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Academics are important.
Yeah.
Your kids are going to be idiots.
Yep. I totally hear you. But can I just pose that maybe it's better to be the weirdo than to be the sheeple? But also, our children are only children one time.
Mhm.
And it is so fleeting. It is such a small window of their life where they are children. And you don't get a rewind button. You never get to relive it. You don't get to go back. And neither do they. And it is setting the foundation for who they're going to be someday. And they have a right to be a child and play and have fun and learn how to like make sense of the world and relationships and themselves before they get shoved into a cement like prison and sat at a desk and thrown into the rat race of finding their worth in their grades.
Yes.
I think that you will not look back on this time in your life with any form of regret that you got to keep your children, your babies home, and you got to be a part of their childhood and their learning and their development, and that you were the one that had the control of it and got to witness it.
For sure. Yeah. And it would be a shame to have your kid feel like they've made it all the way through academics and look back and go, man, I've always been so stressed and so busy with the things that I was supposed to do that I never really got to figure out who I am and what I want to do.
I don't know why, but it's like bringing tears to my eyes because that's little Morgan. Like that's me.
Yeah.
I was in such a race to like do all those things that I never got a chance to. Like I was in such a rush.
Right.
To do it all and get it all figured out because I almost felt that like once I get there, then I've arrived.
Right.
But then life passes you by.
Yeah.
And I don't want that to happen to me again because now I am in my season of motherhood and I don't want that to pass me by either because I'm in some rush to like, I don't know, check these boxes and whatever. And I don't want to put that type of pressure on my kids.
Well, I have no doubt that our children will have more opportunities than we did. So,
but it's been great.
It's been great.
I really do. I absolutely love having her home, and we will be homeschooling all of the rest. And that's that.
Yeah, I love that you're home with them. Makes me feel great.
Yeah.
I
think that's cool to share the like dad's perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that I have to go to work, and knowing that one, the girls are safe, that I don't have to worry about who's watching them.
Or them being locked in dark rooms.
Yeah, or
their arms dislocated.
Can I trust the people that she's around?
Yeah.
Like, that's a huge deal. That's a huge stress off of my shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, just that alone is worth it for me. But also, I think that it's going to be a huge benefit for both of them.
And we can already see it. Like, you can already see how much, like, Holland is thriving from this.
For sure.
Because she wasn't doing well. Like, she really wasn't. She was really struggling.
Yeah.
When even being at the micro school, even being at the school that has the chickens and the outside time and the whatever, and seemingly like, oh, this would be the perfect fit for our style.
Right.
It still wasn't quite working. Like, we just needed to be home. We had to bring it home.
Yes.
And I have zero regrets.
Me too.
If you feel at home here, leaving a 5-star review helps other families find their way too.
Come hang out with us on socials at Lone Wolf Podcast, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss what's next.
Remember, sometimes you have to stray from the pack to discover where you truly belong. Until next time, loners.